Hi, I'm Rebecca Lundy. We are going to review the informal assessment results conducted with Jeff Johnson, a student with a medical diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder that was conducted on June 15, 2018. One area of need presented in Jeff's formal assessments is to increase his reading and listening comprehension skills. Skill deficits in these two areas were specifically highlighted in the intellectual or cognitive assessments and his LINKS academic assessment. Listening comprehension is highlighted as a concern in Jeff's OWLS-2 assessment, with cognitive deficits reported in several other assessments. With the exception of the LINKS assessment, all other formal assessments were conducted for Jeff during his 3-year evaluation in January 2016. Due to these assessments being over a year old, it is imperative to assess his current reading and listening comprehension so that educators can meet him where he is and encourage growth. With several areas of need identified in the formal assessments, multiple informal assessments need to be conducted to assess all areas. The first informal assessment was conducted at ESY on June 15, 2018, in an empty classroom with the student and the test administrator, myself, to reduce distractions. For the comprehension assessment, Jeff was provided a copy of the reading passage, which he read to himself. Then he read each question to himself. He answered the questions out loud as the examiner wrote down his answers. Each correct answer is worth 2 points. An incorrect answer is worth 0. If the student answers in a complete sentence, a bonus point was added. The listening comprehension entailed the examiner reading the passage out loud, then asking each accompanying extra question. The examiner wrote down the answers provided by the student. The passage could be reread as many times as the student needed. Each correct answer was worth 2 points, and an incorrect answer was worth 0. If the student answered in a complete sentence, 1 bonus point was added. This informal assessment takes a look at reading and listening comprehension. More assessments are necessary to truly determine Jeff's current ability in this area. According to the informal assessment, Jeff shows great strength in the reading comprehension portion as opposed to the listening comprehension portion. For reading comprehension, he got 1 question correct and another partially correct after being provided a hint to the answer. Jeff did an excellent job reading the passage and the questions out loud and only needed assistance with 2 of the words. His final raw score was 3 out of 20, earning him 15% correct. This score indicates that he has a severe deficit in reading comprehension skills. This is consistent with his cognitive and academic assessments presented. Although he reads well out loud, he is not understanding and remembering what he is reading. Jeff was provided with a short 5-minute break between tasks. Then he began the listening comprehension portion. I read the short story out loud and began asking him questions. After he was unable to answer the second question, I reread the story, asked the question, then read the sentence containing the answer to the question out loud, and reread the question. Jeff was still unable to answer any of the 10 questions correctly, earning him a 0. He became easily distracted in the listening comprehension portion by a nearby yellow ball, causing him to even answer one of the questions as yellow. According to the informal assessment, his strength lies in reading comprehension and his weakness is in listening comprehension. This provided some information in his reading and listening comprehension skills, but more assessments would assist in determining exactly where his abilities lay. This indicates deficits in the area of listening comprehension, which is consistent with the OWLS-2 assessment, his cognitive deficits in the DP3 assessment, and cognitive delays reported in the Woodcock-Johnson Test of Achievement and his school functioning assessments. There are several recommendations for increasing reading comprehension for students that may benefit Jeff. These are all strategies that would need to be explicitly taught to him and provided with a lot of support, but once he is comfortable using these strategies, they could greatly assist in helping him grow as a reader. One would be to have him read and reread a passage, highlighting important information a second time through. Another option would be to have him visualize the story as he reads. Finally, Jeff could create a story map with the setting, character, plot, and theme to assist in his comprehension. For listening comprehension, an important thing to keep in mind is to reduce distractions such as extra noise or motion in the room. Having Jeff repeat a portion of the passage as it is read out loud may assist him in comprehending its meaning. Reading a portion of the passage and having him answer some questions, then reading the second portion and answering those questions may benefit Jeff as well. Visual aids and charts may also assist him in comprehending the passage being read and help keep him focused on the task at hand. The informal assessment provided a view of Jeff's reading and listening comprehension skills. More assessments are essential to get a clear understanding of his abilities. There are several things I would do differently now that I have observed more and worked with the student in a one-on-one setting. First, I would select a more engaging topic to catch his interest. This may result in improved comprehension and help define where his abilities truly lie. Next, I would allow a longer break between the reading and listening comprehension portions. During listening comprehension, Jeff was distracted and required multiple reinforcers and attempts at engagement. By allowing a longer break or administering the assessments on different days, his performance may improve. Finally, during the listening comprehension portion, I would provide Jeff with a copy and encourage him to follow along. Because it appears that he has stronger reading comprehension skills as opposed to listening comprehension skills, having him read along may improve his learning opportunities. Should this work, it would be an easy modification for any teacher to administer in the classroom. Thank you.